For me, the most interesting thing about the track is probably the bridge, simply because I think it's the best bit of music that I've ever written to date. And I actually got someone else to record a vocal for that, but with my voice on it sounds a little bit something like this. Oh, how I wish you'd ask, really ask, how I wish you'd listen for a for a while. Not sure how to describe the genre of Mask. I guess it's my usual mixture of electronica and downtempo, kind of an emotional take on that. There's even a bit of pop maybe in there. But the cool bit is that I think in the second chorus there's a very distinctively old school dubstep vibe coming in, which sounds like something that shouldn't really work with a track like this, but I think it really does. I think it's kind of cool. Under my mask I'm screaming, but I hide it for too well. Don't let me lie to you, I'm I'm going to talk you through a breakdown on my track Mask. I've picked the second chorus because I think it's got a couple of interesting features, so let's check it out. So first of all, let's have a look at what the vocals sound like together. I've actually got, I've layered 11 different vocal parts in this, which I think is pretty full on, but it sounds pretty lush. So let's check it out. Under my mask I'm screaming, but I hide it for too well. Next up, let's check out the more ambient stuff. To be honest, I can never really resist putting some strings on, so we got a bit of that, and there's a little pad as well in there. And that sounds a bit like this. Now let's add the bass. There's like a bit of a whoop whoop bass in there, which is quite cool because the rest of it is quite soft. I like that it actually adds a bit of rhythm as well to the piece. And speaking of rhythm, let's check out the drums. They're a little bit different actually in that point of the track than in the rest of the track. A bit more dubsteppy, but probably my favorite bit, drums wise. And then, finally, when we put it all together, it sounds something like this. Under my mask I'm screaming, but I hide it for too well. Don't let me lie to you, I'm pleading, but the words are coming out. Did I make the right choice for the artwork for my track Mask? Let's have a look at the options I considered, and you can let me know what you think. First up, we have this picture by Alexander Gray, and I particularly love how artsy and beautiful it is, and how it conveys hiding. Next, we've got this photo by Ulrich de Boven, and I love how original the whole idea is and how the pantyhose or whatever that net is creates this impression of hiding whilst you can still see the face. And finally, we've got this less literal interpretation of mask. I took this photo in a London Underground tunnel. It's actually an advertisement board that's been ripped down, exposing layers of posters and paints that have been pasted over each other over the years, each of them hiding the one that came before. And ultimately, I guess it turns out that those glossy, perky posters are hiding a big, raw mess underneath. But even that torn and damaged site somehow managed to have its own artistry and beauty. Which one's your favourite? Let me know in the comments below. Mask is definitely the most lyrically driven track on my album journey, and actually for that matter probably out of everything I've released so far. And that is something that was even picked up, I think, whenever people have reviewed the track. It's kind of pushed me out of my comfort zone a little bit. I do obviously lyrics and vocals in my tracks, but it's usually quite sparse. So this is for the first time that I think I've released something that has very much like a song format, where the lyrics dominate throughout the track.
Under my mask, I'm screaming, but I hide it for too well. Don't let me lie to you, I'm pleading, but the words are coming out.
Hey, when was the last time you asked somebody how they are? Probably fairly recently, right? Hey, how are you doing? And what was the answer you got? Something like, yeah, I'm alright, thanks, or maybe not too bad, something like that. And then I suppose conversely then, when was the last time somebody asked you how you are, and what was your answer? Did you tell them about your back pain, or that you're excited about the day you're going on the weekend, or maybe just that you're feeling a bit anxious? Probably not, right? I get it. Life's busy and we can't just be going around telling our life stories to everybody all the time, but I do think we don't ask that question in earnest often enough. So if you're watching this, just maybe a little sign to pick up the phone to someone, call your mum or your dad or your sister, your brother, your kids, friends, I don't know, colleagues, whoever, and just ask them how they are. Ask them how they really are,